Good morning, guys. It's been an awful morning so far. Nothing is going right this morning. It is 7:15 Central Time. We can't ever get... There's always something. Dex is pitching a temper tantrum this morning. I have Bendix. My Bendix is out. I have ABS lights, traction control lights, all on the truck. I don't have any kind of lights on the trailer. He's being a little punk. I think there might possibly be an air leak in the trailer, but I can't find anything. I have no idea where it's coming from. Every time I put air through the trailer, I never hear an air leak. I don't know what's going on at this point. Dex is being a little punk this morning. Hopefully it goes away when we start rolling. If not, I guess we'll have to stop in Little Rock and figure out what's wrong with it. Because we're going to be going straight by the yard. See if the trailer shop can work on the trailer. Which really throws a wrench in plans if we have to do that. I wanted to make it to New Braunfels today, but at the rate we're going, I don't think it's going to happen. We still have 827 miles left on the trip. New Braunfels was like 643 miles. You know, whatever we're doing, we need to get going. Because if we're going to have to stop in Little Rock, we're going to be there for a while. This is not a good way to start the day, guys. Are you ready to go?
Ready to go.
Let's go, I guess. Okay. It's time for 30-minute break. Finally. I ran it down to about 30 minutes left on my clock. Let's see, Tom. So we've done 448 miles already today. Tom says 384 miles left. So now my decision is, let's see, that is not it. 194 miles to the TA New Braunfels. Average speed of 60 miles an hour. 4 divided by 60. It's 3.2 hours. Obviously, we make time up on that because I can run 70. I have 4 hours and 11 minutes of driving, but this means if we try to go there, it means going through the construction zone and crossing Austin. Now, it's Sunday, so here's my decision. There's a really nice rest area north of Austin, and then there's the TA in New Braunfels. So, do I want to deal with Austin today or in the morning? I'd really rather not deal with it in the morning because it's a Monday morning. What do you think, Thing? Rest area or the TA? The rest area is 104 miles, the TA is 194.
I'd say go to the TA.
Go to the TA. I'm thinking you're right.
Not deal with Austin in the morning.
Yeah. I have plenty of time to get there. Oh, let's check the traffic in Austin. Dallas was fine, except for
It's Sunday.
Yeah, it's Sunday, which means Granny and Gramps are all out, and everybody's doing under the speed limit, and blah, blah, blah. Well, Austin's pretty green, traffic-wise. It actually looks pretty good. We might just shoot straight through Austin instead of taking the toll road. I don't know. We'll see how it looks when we get closer. Still have 5 minutes left. We had a snack and a milkshake. I think we're just going to throw something in the lunchbox tonight for dinner, or I don't know. I think I might even be able to settle for Subway tonight. And that's not often that I say that. Actually, sub sounds good. Does it sound good to you?
Yeah.
Oh, let's have sub tonight.
Definitely. I could go for some veggies.
Some veggies? Yeah. Alright. It's a cloudy, dreary day. It got really foggy south of once we got west of Little Rock on 30. It got really foggy, and it was foggy all the way into Texas. So we went from frosty to foggy. I don't know. Let's finish.
And we're going back down to, you know what, like a mile from Mexico. So we're going from frosty to foggy to Fiesta.
I knew you were going there. Alright, let's get this finished, goof. It's been a really long day. We did 655.5 miles today. I ran my clock down. I have 43 minutes left on my drive clock.
I think the sun's getting ready to come up, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. It's 7 o'clock. So it's late. After that first segment that was so long, I didn't want to go back to driving when we stopped. I really didn't. I'm just wiped out. We hit traffic in the work zone, right where the work zone starts. You go through Waco, you go south through Waco, and then about, I don't know, 15 miles south of Waco, the right lane ends. Well, it turns into an exit only. And we hit a bunch of traffic right there because, yeah, a lane ends. There's a ton of holiday travelers out. I can't tell you how many cars I've seen today cram-packed full of stuff. Guys, if you drive a car and you're traveling, don't cram it so full that you can't see out of your rear view mirrors. That's dangerous. You don't know what's coming up behind you.
If you drive a car, so it doesn't apply if you drive a truck.
Well, I don't have a rear view mirror, so.
What about a minivan?
Yeah, oh yeah, it applies to minivans too. They're the worst. We'll load them suckers up full.
A Yugo?
A Yugo? Does anybody still drive a Yugo?
What about a moped? What if you fill the back seat of your moped so full of stuff that you can't see out of your rear view mirror?
Yeah, I still see the flaw in that argument.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, but guys, if you're traveling, try not to fill your vehicle up so full you can't see out of your rear, that thing.
My imaginings know no bounds.
No, I know. So there's tons of people. That work zone. I forgot to turn the camera back on after we fueled, so I didn't get any footage of it. But you guys have seen it on the videos before. That work zone is very narrow. It's not half as bad as it used to be. I once saw a comment on Facebook one time about it that said it used to be like threading a semi down a bicycle lane, and it was. It used to be really, really narrow. It's better, but people that don't drive through it, like out-of-towners, get really nervous. And this work zone is really aggravating, because they freak out. And it's 2 lanes, and trucks can't be in the left lane, so you're stuck behind that one person doing 50 or 40. I got behind somebody doing 40 in the 60. Anyway, we also hit some traffic. We took the toll road around Austin because, as always, I keep an eye on the traffic when it comes to these Texas cities because it can change in a hurry. Well, we started getting close, and it started getting worse and worse and worse, which is the evening time. So we took the toll road around. Toll road was busier than I've ever seen it.
Very congestible.
Yeah. Austin's terrible. Austin's always terrible for traffic. About the only good time to go through Austin is about 4 o'clock in the morning, and even then, there's probably a wreck somewhere. Austin's a mess. But the toll road's excellent. But when we got back onto 35, there was a whole bunch of traffic literally 7 miles before our exit for the TA here. And I finally figured out what that was all about. Off the access road, there's one of those drive-through Christmas lights places. So that's why it was so congested right there. The access road was backed up, the highway was backed up, everybody's trying to go see the Christmas lights on Sunday evening.
Drive-through Christmas lights.
You've never been to one? They're cool.
How do you drive through all that broken glass?
It's a display. They set up the display and you drive through on the road. They're very neat. Indianapolis, when I was a kid, up at the outdoor amphitheater, they had one every year and we used to go to it. It's really neat. If you like that kind of thing. I'm kind of a Grinch. So we have 190 miles left. That's about 3 hours. We're going to have to deal with San Antonio in the morning. But San Antonio's usually not too bad. Even at rush hour, it's usually not too bad.
Not as bad as Austin.
Not nearly as bad as Austin. I considered, we talked about this earlier, I considered not dealing with Austin today, but I'm glad I did. Because Monday morning rush hour is ridiculous. So, we're south of Austin. San Antonio shouldn't be too terrible. We may take 410 around just to avoid some of the congestion downtown. I actually think we will take 410 around because the congestion downtown is going to be rough. And then it's just that last long haul to Laredo. We have to stop at the yard and have the trailer inspected because this trailer will be going to Mexico. All of our trailers that are going across the border, we have to stop at the yard first and they inspect them. We take the inspection sheet to the forwarder and they send it across the border. So this is going across the border. So we'll have to stop at the yard, get it inspected, and then we can go drop it off. It is a drop. Laredo's almost always a drop for us. I'm going to most likely ask my dispatcher to push me out until Tuesday morning because A, we've covered our miles for the week with just this one run. And B, I need to get caught up on some stuff. May try and go get a haircut.
Laundry.
We desperately need laundry.
Fiesta.
I need to catch up on editing. I'm not going to edit tonight because it's late. And that also allows my hours to catch back up to me. I'm down under 14 hours on my 70 and I don't get any time back tonight.
Yikes.
So yeah, it's going to allow my hours to catch back up to me. That way I'm not hurting because the day we were sick, I only drove like less than 4 hours. That's all I had on my clock. So I have a day that's real slim. So it'll balance things out if we do that. And she's pretty cool. She'll just put it in my file, I guess, and we'll wait and leave Tuesday morning. Let's see, tomorrow's the 18th. We're going home the 27th, so we're within 10 days of going home. Traffic's going to keep getting worse over the next few days. Just getting closer and closer to Christmas.
Is it that bad?
Yeah. So the lights this morning, I don't know what Dexter's deal was this morning, if he was just being grumpy, because as soon as I turned on the road to leave, they all went off. I didn't stop at the yard. They stopped at the Love's next to the yard.
He hadn't had his coffee yet.
Something. I don't know, it was weird. The
Bendix
Bendix was failing, and the ABS was on, and the traction control was on, and it's he was just being grouchy. All right, are you ready?
I reckon.
Do your thing.
Alright, series, boats, baggage, incoming. We said we're starting stress management using the acronym I'm Stress. So the first I in the acronym will represent 3 I's that indubitably introduce ill into managing stress. They are idleness, irresponsibility, and independence, the bad kind. First, idleness. There's a Spanish proverb that says, the busy man is troubled with one devil, the idle man by 1,000. Neuroscientists have long researched the question, can we modify our brain structure? Until recently, the general consensus was that brain structure is relatively immutable after a critical period during early childhood. But new findings are revealing that many aspects of the brain remain, as they call, plastic or shapeable even into adulthood. The technical term neuroplasticity is a fascinating discovery referring to the ability of the brain and the nervous system in all species to change structurally and functionally as a result of input from the environment as well as choices over time and their resulting consequences, of course. In a June 30, 2008 article entitled Long-Term Consequences of Negative Stress, 3 PhDs argued that chronic, persistent negative stress can lead to many adverse health problems, including physical illness, mental, emotional, and social problems. Now, is the solution to run and hide? Live life under a rock. Life no doubt has many stressors. We do not deny the reality of these external stressors as well as the existence of internal triggers or the negative emotions that respond to this external stimuli. What we are arguing is that not only do our choices determine if in the final analysis we are victims or victors, but also that the mind and body can be retrained as well as better equipped to handle situations of negative external stimuli. Now, there's really no such thing as external stress, but our choices make it possible for it to be only an internal response to external stimuli. And since between stimulus and response there is a space, we can in that space choose our response and the potential growth and freedom resulting. Now, when we speak of idleness in relation to stress and stress management, we are addressing a lifestyle, not the liberty. The perpetual heating over time that becomes a habit. This is step one, identifying and defining the problem. Step number two is recognizing its negative effect on the mind as well as the resulting effect on the body. We are by nature meant to be active. The synapses in our brain are continually firing, and we sleep because the brain excretes chemicals that control the sleep, wake, and stay awake processes. Instead of going with the flow, so to speak, and following the continual activity of the brain with activity, there are some who are continually trying to shut the brain down, not engaging in constructive, active activities, vegging out in front of the TV and video games for long periods at a time, longer than healthy, substance abuse, in essence, idleness. This is not without consequences. Sure, there's a danger of mischief. We've all heard the saying, idle hands are the devil's playground, but a greater danger is melancholy or depression. Depression's impact is numerous in relation to stress and its management and can be very destructive. When the need for productivity arises, like with our employment, for example, there are at least three dangers. Number one, not being prepared. Number two, lack of productivity. And number three, perseverance is stunted. Oh, hush. The cat is pooping. Something you ate? In essence, not being prepared for the quote-unquote game, not having one's head in the quote-unquote game, and difficulty seeing the quote-unquote game through. Number two, besides depression, we've all heard the saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. Just like not exercising the body breeds deterioration, it's similar with the brain. And as mentioned before, behaviors repeated over time become habits. And lastly, there's an inherent cycle. Stress begets stress, begets stress, and so on down the line. In conclusion, please allow me to say a quick word concerning the subject of depression. The etiology of depression is not monolithic, it is multifaceted. It is true that depression can be dealt with effectively through behavioral modifications, but not always. There are very real chemical imbalances that can be effectively addressed through the agency of medication. Admittedly, though, there are extremes either way, and all result from a misdiagnosis of depression's etiology in individuals.
That's probably the first time ever in YouTube history that someone's been interrupted by a pooping cat. Sorry, guys. He had to go.
Hi, Chihuahua.
I know it, right? Oh, shush. You've made your presence known. Yes. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway,
So if you're liking the videos,
make sure you're subscribing down below. Share them with your friends and family. Put them on Facebook. Put them on Twitter. You can find both of us on Twitter. I'm at AshleyLex1. He's at Traveler Thing. Come hang out with us. We have a pretty good time. All kinds of fun, goofy stuff happens on Twitter, including pooping cats.
well, this isn't technically Twitter.
It's close enough.
Has anybody ever put a pooping cat on YouTube?
Oh, I'm sure there is. There's all kinds of weird crap on YouTube. Alright, let's go get something to eat. I'm hungry.
Yeah. It's been a long day.
It has. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.